Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we've all been talking about when kids are going to be required to have vaccines, and now we have a date from at least one major cruise line, as well as some good news stories. Okay, first some quick good news stories. The MSC Shore is now in Miami. It is getting ready to set sail with paying passengers as it is finally arrived. It was set to arrive here much earlier than this, but it's here now, and that's a $1 billion ship. And if it looks anything like the Seaside, I'm sure she's going to be an absolutely gorgeous ship inside. MSC can be different from other cruise lines. It's even just booking it is different from other cruise lines. But if you're going to go on her, that might be the ship to check out now in Miami. She looks like she's going to be just an absolutely beautiful ship. Speaking of brand new cruise ships, well, Celebrity has just done their steel laying ceremony for the new Celebrity Ascent, the 4th Edge class ship coming, and that one's expected to come early 2023. So not too long to wait, considering if you look at the timeline, we've been in the pandemic longer than that timeline. So yeah, something to look forward to, another 4th Celebrity cruise ship. It might help spread those Edge class ships out more globally. I know next year they're planning on having all three Edge class in Europe at one time, and that would leave us missing one here in North America. So it would be nice if we could spread those class ships out, because so far the Celebrity Edge and the Apex were just absolutely beautiful ships and a lot of fun to be on with really good dining. One more little bit of news before I tell you the vaccine story. Well, it might be good news, it might be bad news, it depends on your point of view, but they are expecting Thanksgiving weekend, this weekend, to reach close to pre-pandemic levels again. They have bookings that are skyrocketing, so much that they're really forcing themselves to get the cruise and get everything organized in time, because the amount of travel going on this Thanksgiving weekend just seems like everyone just said there is no pandemic anymore and we're going traveling whether you want us to or not. And that will probably be the exact same thing coming up for Christmas. So you can see that the travel is going well, the flying is going well. That's good news for the airlines, that's good news for tourism, that's good news for hotels. What's maybe the bad news is if you're one of those people flying, because some airlines tend to overbook their planes and there's a lot of cancellations and things like that and delays, and God forbid we should have a major storm or a major snowstorm or anything like that during that time. And as the genius traveler that I am, I'm traveling that weekend too. So yeah, but it's a little different from Canada because our Thanksgiving was already gone by. So to us, it's a regular Thanksgiving leaving from Canada. So I don't expect too many delays coming that way. So at least I'm hoping so. Okay, before I get into my 4th story of the day and the vaccines, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with all things cruising, the new ship launches, the starting dates, the cancellations, cruise ship vlogs, cruise ship reviews. Just hit the subscribe button with the notification bell on and you'll be informed. It doesn't cost anything and it doesn't send you any emails. It just helps the channel out a great deal, and I would really, really appreciate it. Okay, vaccines are now approved, Pfizer anyway, for children 5 years of age or older, and people were wondering, well, when are cruise ships going to start demanding that? Well, they're starting to demand that now, and one major cruise line has just come out, Disney Cruise Line, and they said as of January 13th, 2022, all children traveling on their cruise ships will have to be considered fully vaccinated. which means if you have that 14-day waiting period, basically by the end of this year, before January 1st, your kids have to have had their second dose of the vaccine. Then you would be qualified for the 13th of January and Disney Cruise Lines. And that's a major thing for Disney Cruise Lines to come out and say, because they're the biggest cruise line out there that deals with kids. If you think of a cruise line that's best suited for children 5 to 12, you think Disney Cruise Lines, right? Who's the best one for my children to go on? Disney, right? It's without a doubt. So they're coming out with their vaccine mandate saying all children are going to have to be vaccinated. And you can pretty much assure the other cruise lines we're going to have that in place as well very, very shortly. And in a way, it's a good thing when we're going as far as vaccinated and we want to hit that 95% fully vaccinated cruising, because that gives more percentage of people on board being vaccinated. So if there's 10% of children going on a cruise ship, like a Norwegian cruise ship, a Carnival cruise ship, or a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, that 10%, if there's, nine out of every 10 children are vaccinated now, that adds 10% more into that number of vaccinated passengers. So that could ease other restrictions like that mask wearing policy that I think is more contentious than any other policy out there. I know people want to get the testing done. I know people are, fighting about vaccines and whether they're working or etc. That has nothing to do with basically the cruise lines anymore. That was kind of mandated by the world, right? The governments are trying to do this everywhere in the world. So let's leave the cruise lines vaccination stuff out of there. But the mask wearing policy, I think, is the one. I know testing is a bit of a pain, but most people can get it done at a pharmacy. I think if anything, people would like to see the testing go to 3 to 5 days instead of a 2-day. But I think you will see people by the droves going back to cruising the minute they say masking is done with. And I think the cruise lines know that. We kind of know it as travel agents. And so I think that's the one you're going to see disappear as fast as they possibly can. And there's a bunch of changes coming again in the cross-border things that are going on. So keep your eyes here, and I will keep you informed of all the new changes and all the protocols going up right up until that January 15th deadline that the CDC is getting out of the cruise ship regulation business and it becomes voluntary. You might see a ton of changes between here and there. Well, I hope you appreciate this little update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world. Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.